Hello, hello, my lovely darlings. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today is, that's my drum roll, quite exciting. I've got the opportunity to give away a bunch of stuff in Christmas giveaways. There are 4 coming up. I'm doing weekly giveaways over on my Instagram. Go and check it out over there. But I thought I would kind of drop this video here. It's going to be a little bit more in depth. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the products that I'm using as opposed to only the hair straightener. It's going to be slower. I'm going to speed it up on my Instagram just to save some time and just because of the Instagram format. The first giveaway for today is going to be for this. This is the incredible Lucia ID hair straightener by T3. It has the technology, it has these brilliant plates that feel protective for the hair. You know, like there's some really cheap ones where you feel like your hair's like burning. You smell the singe smell. Not had that with this, unsurprisingly. So despite its color being white, you'd think it gets dirty easily, but it really doesn't. It's really easy to clean, wipe down. You switch it on by holding the power button like that. How cool. Okay, it's heating up right now. And you see those bits that are lit up? So when I tap it, I change the settings. So this determines the thickness of your hair. That's very fine, that's medium, and that's thick. So I normally leave it on the medium one. This is the length of the hair, short, medium, long. I'm going to leave it on long, and that is whether or not your hair is color treated, which mine is, so you can kind of switch that on and off as you wish. So today I'm going to show you how I achieved this look with my hair. It's a kind of a wavy, kind of a haphazard wave. You know, the waves are sort of uneven. It's kind of like you've got wavy hair, you went to bed, you woke up in the morning, gave it a zhuzh, and this is what happened, except no. Time and effort went into this look and I used my hair straightener for it. There's sort of these face framing waves at the front. Okay, so this is ready to go. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to add some heat protectant through my hair. Heat protectant is so important, ladies. Now, I generally will use one heat protectant all over unless I'm using what I'm going to be using today, which is one of my favorite hair oils. So I got a small one to test it out and I'm in love. I'm totally going to get the big version. So it's the Lanza Keratin Healing Oil hair treatment. I sometimes just put this through my hair whilst it's damp. What I tend to do is, because I've got hair extensions in, I tend to focus this more towards the mid part of my hair and around here, which is where the ends of my hair fall. So yeah, it's a whole thing. I cut my hair, enjoyed having short hair for about a day, missed my long hair, got extensions. These are the great lengths ones. I mean, the extensions do also need heat protectant on them, but I just feel like I don't want to use like the best stuff on it because they're fine. I mean, to an extent, they protect my natural hair from heat anyway. The smell of this, my favorite scent in hair products. At the bottoms and the rest of the hair, I will put Moroccan oil. Sometimes I'll put this through whilst my hair's wet as well, before I blow dry it. I'm going to divide the hair into 2 and then curl each section. Clip this part down. I'm going to leave these parts that have come out at the front. I'm going to do them with the bits at the top. And I'm going to get started with this section at the bottom here. The first part, I'm going to take the straightener, clamp it, and I'm going to turn it towards my face like that. Okay? So we're going to do alternating directions of the curls. This first bit is going to be turned towards my face. Now the top parts I'm not that bothered about. It's really the bottom where I want the curl to come through. So I'm going to take it a little bit slower towards the bottom, and because I've put the hair oil in, it just glides through, and so I'll kind of hold it at the end there and whoop, that's it. So I'm clamping it, letting it go, clamping it, letting it go, clamping it, letting it go, and so on and so forth, right towards the end. But then right at the end, I like to hold it for a few extra seconds, give it a bit of a twist, and clamp. And that's it. So this one is going to come towards the face.
Again, twist it round, slide, hold, slide, hold, slide, hold, slide, hold, slide, hold it an extra second. This part's come out, that's fine. Deal with that in a bit. If you ever get bits that have come out like that one did, you find it, there it is, and just curl it separately. It just gives it that more of a realistic curl effect anyway, because it's kind of just separate doing its own thing. So you never want to hold it like that. You want to hold it at an angle like this. Do you guys like my mat? These are just regular table placemats, heat-proof ones. I got them off Amazon. I'll link them for you actually. A lot of people always ask about them. Now, figure out your parting. I think I'm gonna do one on the side here, coming in at an angle, I like that. And I'm gonna have the curl coming across my face. Do you remember that bit by the ear that was sticking out? That's what I'm gonna take in now. So I'm gonna cut across here with my finger, like that. Grab a section which includes the front of the hair and the part that was on the side there. Clip this back for now. I'm gonna hold it like that at an angle, and I'm gonna curl it away from my face. You see it away from my face as I pull it down. And just finish it off. Like that. I know it looks really tight and crazy right now. We're gonna get back to that. I'm gonna loosen the curls up a bit, but for now, leave them tight. Don't touch them. I got my first burn with a hair curler the other day. And the thing is, the ironic thing is, I'm always saying to everyone in the house, guys, don't go near my dressing table, hair tools are on, it's hot. I left it on, told everybody it's on, was conscious of it being on, walked away for a cup of tea, that culprit, I'm about to enjoy one now, came back, forgot, reached over to get a makeup brush or something, because my brush stand is right there, and singed it, only for, it was like a millisecond, right? And I didn't even think much of it. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Didn't even hurt that much. And then the changes started to happen. Because the first thing that Hubsy said when he first saw it was, okay, you need to put some pseudocreme on it and then just let it dry out. And I was like, there's something about doing that didn't fully sit right with me. I was like, okay, it creates a scab, and then your body has to expend energy in creating the scab, which can be used elsewhere. It can be used in wound healing, right? So I looked into wet wound healing, which is this fascinating, do a bit of reading into it. If you're interested in skin and skin healing, which I am, like, firstly, hello, skincare is like my middle name. And secondly, if you're into the science of it, oh my gosh, it's so fascinating. So the stages that the skin goes through to heal itself is basically kind of cut short when you do wet wound healing, which is where you keep the wound just wet all the time. So basically you cover it with a plaster, or in my case, it was a wound dressing, like a plaster, but it's not as sticky. So the sticky part isn't as sticky. It doesn't like pull half your skin off when you take it off. And so I did that, I put pseudocreme on it. Look, so sometimes you have to kind of help the curl along and like go like that. Okay, that just helps for its shape to be formed and for it to stay a bit tighter to begin with. Remember, they're all gonna be really tight to begin with. We're gonna loosen them up later. I should have told you that before. So yeah, spoiler alert, we're gonna reduce, oh my God, my mic's disappeared. What if you didn't hear me that whole time? My mic disappeared into my top. I need to get a mic holder. They used to use toupee tape on sets. I'm gonna buy some toupee tape. Anywho, what was I saying? So yeah, the wet wound healing, my wound healed really quickly. Right now, it's kind of a little bit pink. I don't know why it looks worse on camera. It's in the shape of an upside down heart, which, you know, if that's the scar I'm left with, so be it. I don't mind it so much. But with the way that my body heals, it's actually not as bad as when I used to let wounds just air dry. So go figure. Could just be in my head. Could just be like some kind of placebo effect going on. I think it worked, so check it out. Look into, obviously I'm not a doctor, so don't just take my advice off the bat. And if you get a burn, you should definitely get that checked out. This was a 2nd degree burn as well, so it was pretty nasty. Okay, I'm doing the same thing on the other side. On this side as well, I'm going to curl it away from the face. The reason that looks better is because it just frames the face more nicely. Start around where you're at eye level, right? Just below eye level, like that. And then curl it away from your face, like that. As you do so, just let it slip through, like that. I can smell the oils, they smell so good. Your mama was right about the hair oils, ladies. Did your mum ever make you put hair oil on to school, babe?
I think so, in the early stages when we stopped.
So much so that, you know, like you're a proper grease ball. No way! Hubsy just said his mum used to put kajal in his eyes. No way, seriously?
Yeah.
At school?
There used to be a green tub, little one. Yeah.
There was a green tub, a little one. He's giving us the details. Did she really?
Yeah.
Oh, these are innocent days. She was innocent. She didn't know. For her, it was like a new country, and it was really cold, and she was used to putting oil in her hair in India. Yeah. Like, she didn't know. She did the best she could. Well, oil used to give me headaches, though. You know, like the drenching of oil. A little bit is nice. Obviously, this is fine. But you know how, like, back in the day, they'd slap on loads of oil.
Join you, man, okay? Because he's the keeper.
Thank you. All right, now that I'm looking like a very tightly curled mess, I'm going to leave it, okay? Step away. Hands step away from the hair. We're just going to switch this off, which you double tap and then hold down. I want you to hit. Did you hear that? I hope you did. Sorry, I spoke over it. That means it's off. And now I need to wait until at least it cools down. And then some. By allowing the curls to cool down before you loosen them, they will stay in shape for way longer. You know how you have like dogs being a man's best friend? I feel like digestives are my best friend.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my husband is my best friend. So you're going to compare me to a dog?
Why would I say? Oh my God, babe, you need to address that if you thought I was going to say that you are. You are my best friend, but I wasn't comparing you to a dog. Anyway, it's about the digestive. Listen, M&S digestives, nothing beats them. I've tried the McVitie's, I've tried, you know, like store brand ones, I've tried really posh, ridiculously priced ones. It always comes back to the M&S digestive. Is it not the best? When me and Hubsy first met, he didn't believe me. And now I've seen you sneak one or two. He's a rich tea boy. I'm a digestive gal. The only way to have it. All right, 10 minutes later. Hair is not warm anymore, feeling pretty good. I take a wide-toothed comb and just brush through very, very gently. Like that. You can use your fingers as well if you don't have one. You can kind of just go like that. And you're just gonna kind of loosen up some of the curls, like that. And sometimes I add texture spray through the hair as well to kind of make it a bit more fluffy. But I'm not gonna do that today. And then at the front here, I like to kind of have it kind of sweeping over the face like that. I think this part, I'm just going to make it go down a little bit more. Like that. Straighten that forward a little bit more so it frames the face a bit better. Any parts that you want to shape with the straightening part, you do that at the end. In fact, the other thing that you can do is if you find that there are parts that are too curly, for example, that part, you can just kind of take the straightener and just like roughly straighten that part. And if there's any bits that you want to do again, like that part, for example, if I wanted to add a bit of curl, you just take that end bit. Okay, and now I'm going to set it. All right, this humongous bottle of Schwarzkopf hairspray. Hold it at a distance. You don't want to come too close. You want just a fine mist of the spray all over, okay? That's the final look. Now you want to try and keep the curls in as long as possible, so when you go to bed, you can, I like to just kind of plait my hair or tie it up very loose. Don't just leave your hair out if you want the curls to remain in decent shape. It's always better to kind of twist the hair into, you know how to do it. I like the fact that it's kind of just a bit choppy and there's random curls running through, and yeah, it just looks quite sort of natural and wavy. So thanks so much for watching today, guys. Let me know what your video requests are in the comments below, and I'll catch you in my next one. Take care. Mwah.